Happy Wednesday. How is everybody doing? Welcome to another edition. In fact, it's episode 25 of AH Live. Thanks so much for hanging with us these last 24 weeks. And it's been such a blast. We have so much music to get to. I'm going to get straight to it. But real quick, do us a favor. Make sure you click share. We want to spread the good vibes, spread the love, spread the music. And it's an incredible episode today with the amazing pianist. He tickles the ivories like no other, the one and only Greg Manning. And on the saxophone, a good friend of mine that I've gotten to know the last couple of years, and I had the pleasure of producing his new single, Danny Lerman. It's called Blueberry Pie. It just came out a few weeks ago, so we'll be talking to him as well. And it's going to be a blast, but we got to get to the music, right? That's what y'all are here for, right? And we're going to get warmed up with a tune of mine. It's track 1 off the new album. It's called Tokyo Groove. We're going to get y'all warmed up out there. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just getting warmed up. That was Tokyo Groove off of the new album. And speaking of new, I've got a tune that we've done for you once, maybe twice, but it's new, and I think it's going to appear on a future album. It's been so much fun to play, and but I need a little backup. I need a little help from the cat cam. There she is.
Hi.
How's it going?
Great. How are you?
You know, it's a little early for an appearance, but that's all right. We can work it out. We can make an exception.
Okay.
But this is a tune. It's so powerful, and I just love the way you sing it. So you don't mind blessing us a little bit, do you? Right now.
Sure.
All right. This is a Demi Lovato tune. Hope y'all enjoy. Oh, yes. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for that, Kat.
You're welcome.
Well, it's nice of you to bless us a little early today on
Right?
AH Live.
It is early, and it's been such a long time since I've appeared with a
You know,
song.
people have been asking for you to sing for a while now, so
I
thank
know.
you.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll hear from Kat a little bit later. By the way, make sure you get your questions in for Ask Adam, and of course, she'll be monitoring the comments throughout. But I want to get straight to our guests. We have the incredible Greg Manning, an awesome piano player and a good friend of mine. And so we have a lot to talk about. We've got a couple songs from him. And then I've also got a new voice for you on the saxophone, Danny Lerman. Incredible. And he's got a really cool music video to share with you guys. I'm excited about that. Real quick, before we jump to the interview, just a quick reminder, if you want to support the show, it's super easy. You just click the links in the description for Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and now we have stars as well. And I've seen a few stars come through already. Appreciate you guys so much. We always make sure to credit our supporters at the end and put your name in the credits. So we appreciate you for helping keep AH Live going all of these 25 weeks. So ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned, the next voice you'll hear is the incredible Greg Manning, followed by Danny Lerman.
All right, what is up, Greg Manning? How are you today?
Hey, Adam. Thanks for having me. I'm doing good.
Well, man, I want to go back. Just give us a little backstory, because it's not every day that somebody goes from music director of Swiss Idol, then moves to America and has Song of the Year in contemporary jazz. So just give us an idea, getting started with music, but then making that leap to come over to the States as well.
I was born in Nigeria, but I grew up in Switzerland. And you've been to my home
Yeah.
in Meiningen, growing up in Switzerland for the longest time, I wasn't interested in music. Just didn't really do anything to me. Until one night on the radio, I heard Stevie Wonder's Isn't She Lovely?
Wow.
And it totally changed my life, and I wanted to become a musician. But at that time, I also wanted to study film scoring, and at that time, it wasn't available in Europe. So I applied Berklee College of Music in Boston, and I was accepted. And early 90s, I went to Boston.
Wow.
So, I went to America to study, but then went back to Switzerland. I did a musical, another crazy story, but right out of school, I got to write a musical that did really well, ended up touring for like 4 years. And then I had a TV band, got a TV show. But you've been to Switzerland. It's a beautiful country, but musically speaking, it's very small. And the funny thing, musicians, record company executives, they always told me in Switzerland, man, your music sounds great, but it sounds too American.
Oh.
So at one point, I was like, yeah, maybe I should move to America, and good fortune would have it when I was at Berklee, one of the professors did a master class with Jonathan Butler. JB came to play, and we hit it off. We stayed in touch. So in '97, when I moved to America, we started talking, and he actually invited me to play in his band. So I early on when I moved here, I got lucky. I became a member of this band. I lived in Atlanta at the time, but JB always said, "Hey, Greg, you need to come to LA, and there's so much more music going on." But for the longest time, I was like, "No, LA, Greg Fillinganes lives there. Why should I go? Why shouldn't I go to LA?" But finally, in 2002, we did it, and it's been great. It's been really great. But for the longest time, I was just a sideman. Not just, but that's what I did. I play keyboards for artists, for other people. But I always wrote music, secretly. I had like tons of tracks on my hard drives. And finally, I think it was 2014. Seems like a lifetime ago, only 6 years. I released my first single featuring Mindy Abair. The song was Dance With You.
Yeah.
It did really well, and you know, I ended up being on the same label with you, Kalimba,
Yeah.
and just things took off from there.
Man, and then not only did Dance With You just blow up, but you recently had the #1 song for the year on Billboard with Top Down. Man, what a cool tune. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, thank you. It's actually, it's funny. I co-wrote this tune with Johnny Vancini.
Yep.
Very talented Italian sax player. You know, love the guy. But we originally did the song for his album, which came out in 2014. And I always thought, man, you know, I really like the song. So in 2018, I did my own version. And it's interesting because initially the song didn't do too well. It was like, you know, kind of middle ground on the Billboard chart. I mean, charting itself is a good thing. I don't take it for granted. But it was just, you know, hanging around in the midfield. And after like 3 or 4 months, it slowly started going up. Became top 10, was like number 3, number 2 for weeks. And all of a sudden it went to #1. And it just, you know, I mean, to me, it's really unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's been, it was released 2 years ago. It's still, I think this week it's number 3 on the recurrent Billboard chart. So it's been on Billboard for 2 years, and it's really a blessing. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Really.
No, it's a killing tune, and so yeah, man, it's you deserve it, definitely. I mean, it's smoking, and that's incredible. 2 years, man. Man, can you give the rest of us a little bit of time on the chart, man? Come on.
Oh. Yeah. Look who I'm talking to. You have the golden touch.
Oh no, man.
Yeah. But you know, it's funny. I remember we did a gig with. Ilan Trotman.
Yes.
We drove back from Vegas together. You were in my car. You were not an artist at the time, and you just talked to me about, you know, releasing a song, becoming an artist, and it was really interesting. You know, you did so well.
Well, you're telling the PG version, because the truth is, I had you captive for 4 hours. You couldn't do anything other than run out into the desert. And I was like, I got him. Let me start picking his brain. Because yeah, you had Dance With You had just blown up. But honestly, I was not trying to advertise myself. I would just want to pick your brain. And I have to give you credit because you were just, it really made all the difference, because all of a sudden you said, oh man, well actually my label, Maurice White's label, Kalimba, is looking for new artists, and Ted Joseph, the A&R executive, I'll put you in touch with him when your music is ready. And so it was that connection that ended up, I signed with them, and the two of us, along with Paula Atherton, were on that label for several years. And so it's all your fault, Greg.
Okay, I take the blame.
I'm sure you can echo just the honor it was to be on Maurice's label, just the history that he was just involved in, not only as an artist, of course, Earth, Wind and Fire, but you know, him as a producer as well. Just you talk about the Midas touch, everything he touched was just stellar.
Yeah. Oh, legendary. I mean, it was so much full circle that I'm still pinching myself to this day, because growing up in Switzerland, you know, I listened to Stevie a lot, wore out all of his records, and then of course Earth, Wind and Fire. And you know, fate would have it that decades later, I got signed by Maurice White to his own, you know, jazz label at the time. Incredible, really incredible. Yeah.
So man, I want to get to present day. You have this new single out, Grateful, and I have a feeling maybe the sentiment is a little bit about what we're going through in 2020. Tell us about this new song. It's gorgeous. Sounds fantastic. Give us the backstory.
Oh, thank you. You know, I mean, as you know, we cannot tour right now, and it's not easy for creative people, for artists, for musicians. COVID-19 is really, it's challenging. And there was a time when I was a little bit down. I was like, oh man, you know, what's going to happen with my career, with my producing side of things. You know, are people still going to call me? But then, you know, it started happening. They did. And I sat down here at this place in my studio, and just a feeling of gratefulness came over me. Because, you know, I mean, still to this day, just being able to do music is incredible. It's really a blessing that I don't take for granted. And when I wrote the song, it's just, you know, the song is titled Grateful, and it's the feeling that I had. And Dave Cooner, the radio promoter, put me in touch with Judah Seeley, new up and coming sax player, and he's featured on my song on the track. And I think he did a fantastic job. And you know, I mean, I love smooth jazz. I really love what it stands for. I don't apologize for you know, being in that genre, but I also want to push it a little bit. I don't want to do the same record over and over again. So this track has influences of EDM. There's a very, you know, 4 on the floor kick drum thing going on. There's some trap hi-hats going on. So I'm trying to mix different elements.
Very cool. Well, it's a fantastic arrangement, and let's bring it to the people right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Manning with Grateful. love making music with you, and we're going to do it one more time. This next tune is one, it originally featured Daryl Crooks on your release, a Earl Klugh tune, Twinkle. Tell us a little bit about this.
No, it's funny. Growing up in Switzerland, we also had TV stations from Germany coming in, and there was a legendary show called Musikladen that I watched, and man, it was probably in the 80s. Earl Klugh was on there with his band, and he played that song Twinkle, and to me it's such a funky song that I wanted to cover it.
Oh well, let's hear it right now. Twinkle.
Cool.
Man, well, it has been a distinct pleasure to have you here. Real quick, before we get out of here, please let people know where they can find you online and also on social media.
Sure. My website is gregmanningmusic.com. That's like the hub for everything right now. And I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, of course. Just look for Greg Manning.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to check out that new single, Grateful. Find Greg online. And Greg, thanks again so much for coming through.
Hey, man, thanks for having me. Good luck with everything.
All right, man. What is up, Danny Lerman? How are you today?
Hey, doing great. Living the dream here in South Bend, Indiana.
What was it like, getting your start in South Bend?
Well, I took saxophone lessons from Junior Walker's teacher.
Wow.
And Junior Walker and the All-Stars were all from South Bend. And the same teacher taught my uncles. So we had a long line of Lerman family saxophonists. And that was fun. And was learning improvisation, and I played with a big band from the age of 13. It was my first gig, and that was fun. A lot of music in this area in Elkhart, which is 25 minutes away from South Bend. That's the home of music instrument manufacturing. It's where Selmer and Bach and all these. Listening to my father's collection, I really liked his Woody Herman albums and the jazz stuff, and I started hearing these great arrangements in my head, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I knew how to write this out and record it and even play it myself? So that was an inspiration for me to get into music, just because I was hearing this music in my head and I wanted a chance to be able to perform it and hear it recorded and all that. And my dream has come true. And one example is writing a song with you and hearing it out.
It was my pleasure, man. So much fun. Tell us about the music video.
Well, I'll give people a little history.
Okay.
When I was at Adam's place in his studio, and we met for the first time, and we were there to write, and your beautiful wife brought us some blueberries. So that became the working title of the tune, right? Whatever we were eating at the time. So I really liked blueberries. So I was talking to Jason Gorov, the radio promoter, and I said, I'm thinking of calling it blueberries. And he said, I like it, but how about blueberry pie? And then I thought, oh, that's perfect. And then immediately I visualized my mom's blueberry pie. And I started thinking, I can see the video. I see the whole story. I'm going to film her baking blueberry pie, and then I'll film me and the kids eating it, and probably getting it all over ourselves. And then it was blueberry season in South Bend in August. We have these blueberry farms all over northern Indiana and southern Michigan. So it was the perfect time. I took the kids blueberry picking. So I have 3 separate scenes that we shot, and we all made it in there, and it's really just a celebration of life. We had so much fun, and yeah, there was a couple times I was pissed off and yelled at them because they didn't listen to me, but we even have some of that in the blooper section. My wife makes a little cameo, and I needed something because she's the only one of us that can really dance anyway, so we got her in there. So it's a whole lot of fun, and just so you guys know, the pie tasted fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Lerman with Blueberry Pie.
No. No. No.
Wow! How dare you!
Because I was saying with that one, that she is not.
What's wrong with you? Get over here right now!
Oh, come on, don't fire it for her. Let her hit the ball. Oh, give me a break.
Hey, give me the bat!
Ah! Welcome to my world.
Daddy, come on!
Thank you for that, Danny.
Well, thank you. God, you know, it was fun, and to me, that's what I wanted it to be. You know, it's interesting. I got mixed reviews on the photo album. I show my wife the picture, and she said, you know, I said, what do you think? She said, no. I said, what's the matter? She said, you know, for one of the kids having pie in their face, that's okay. But for a grown adult having pie all over their face, there's something disturbing about that. That doesn't work for me. People are going to think you're some kind of nut.
Oh, wow. That is too funny. Well, I love it because you bring a lot of levity to this. And speaking of good times, not only are you an incredible artist, you're also a promoter extraordinaire. You were nice enough to have me out to the South Bend Jazz Festival. Just give us just a little tidbit on that. I know it's a yearly event you hold, and it was so much fun.
This coming year, we're planning on rebranding it. It's going to be called the South Bend Music Festival, but still have a lot of jazz and some other things. But then again, a lot of jazz festivals are doing that anyway. And you know, we'll see. A lot of festivals are going through the same thought process of, are my corporate sponsors ready yet? Is the governor going to open up things? Are people even going to come out if they do open? So we don't know yet, but we hopefully will find out soon. And my motto is, when all else fails, pray fervently.
Yeah. Hey, I'm with you there. But in the meantime, I know you've been doing some online streaming shows. Do you have any of those coming up that we can check out?
This Monday, yes, I'm going to be doing something, and I might even play over this track and some other things. I'm looking forward to it. Right here from lovely Steel Warehouse Studios in South Bend, Indiana.
Oh, man. I love it. Well, Danny, I appreciate you coming through. Before we get out of here, let us know where we can find that live stream and also where we can find you online.
Live stream is going to look up Danny Lerman on Facebook.
Okay.
You can find me there. It's probably going to be on my artist page, not my personal page. And but one of the two. And also look up Blueberry Pie. You can find it everywhere digital music can be had.
Yeah.
And listen to Adam's great production on there as well.
Oh, you're too kind, Danny. Well, it was a pleasure hanging out with you. You sound killer on this track. Love the video. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check out his live stream on Monday. Thank you so much, Danny, for coming through.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Danny Lerman. And how about that video? Man. Danny for the win with Blueberry Pie. So cool. So cool. What a blast it was making that tune with him. And, man, I think they had a blast making that video as well. Well, you know what time it is. It's time to bring in my lovely wife for a second time. Here she is. Bam.
Hi.
With the cat cam.
With the cat cam.
Part 2. How's it going over there?
Everything is good. You
What-
know, I can't turn my neck too much.
Oh yeah, you know, Kat woke up a couple days ago with a crook in her neck, and I'm
Yes.
sure a lot of you out there, it's happened to you. I know it's happened to me. And you wake up and it's just like you have to move your whole body. You can't even turn.
It was so terrible. I laid with my heating pad for like 3 hours.
Oh.
But it's better today.
Oh, good,
but it's
good.
still like
Because when was it? Yesterday was the first day, or 2 days ago?
Monday. No, it was Monday.
Yeah, so
was
it's been,
Monday.
been a couple days, but
So
I know I've been pumping her full of anti-inflammatories, ibuprofen, and so we'll just hopefully it gets better soon.
Adam's been saying, "Do you want some Advil?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "How many?" I said, "You know how many I want."
Wow.
I need like 3 or 4.
So first off, we had Greg Manning, and Greg's been a longtime friend of ours, and he mentioned it briefly in the episode. Greg was so nice. He had us out to his childhood home, and his parents had us over, and we had raclette.
Raclette, yes.
Which is a Swiss dish, and it was so incredible. And Greg, his whole family there, his lovely wife, and it was so special. So it was awesome to have him on the episode today.
Yeah, it was so special. It was just so beautiful. We had our traditional Swiss meal, and just like the fellowship, and Switzerland is a beautiful country. It was wonderful. And then Greg, we see Greg all the time, although we haven't seen him all year.
Yeah, not this year. We haven't seen anybody this year.
All year, but Greg, he's so nice. We've known him for a long time.
Yeah.
Great musician, great person.
And it's all his fault. As I mentioned in the interview, it's 100% true. I said, "Hey man, I'm thinking of making a record," and he said, "Hey, well, you know what? My label's looking for people."
Yeah.
And so we ended up on Maurice White's label together, Kalimba, and my first 2 albums came out on that label, and I think Greg had 2 albums come out as well. So it's pretty awesome. That's how it all got started. And then how about Danny in that video?
Oh my goodness.
Kat was during the video. She's like, "He just has the cutest kids."
They are so
I have to
cute.
agree.
I love them. And then when Danny mentioned in the video, the interview, when he was here, he would always be on the phone with his kids or his wife, or they would be FaceTiming. So I would hear them, but I had never seen them. And then so to put the voices with their actual faces, it was so cute.
Yeah.
And people loved Danny during his interview.
Okay.
They were saying, "Welcome, Danny," and they were saying, "So great to meet you and hear your music." Of course, when the video started, as you can imagine, so many people loved it. They said that it was so fun. They loved his kids. They loved the concept of blueberry pie, and then he actually had blueberry pie, and then with his family, and it was just very refreshing. I think people love to see that, just family having fun, and then of course with the music. Someone said that they loved his album cover.
Yeah.
They loved the video and the backstory. Someone else said that they loved his song, and they were gonna, dive down the rabbit hole further into his music.
And Danny has a lot of records. I can't even count. There's so many, and we've performed. I think we've done 4 shows together overall, or no, more than that. No, we've done about 6 or 7 out in the Midwest, and we've played in South Bend, and in Cleveland, Elkhart, and in Chicago. And so I've got to get to know a bunch of his material. It's really cool. So make sure to check him out. And as he mentioned too in the interview, he has a live stream every Monday. So make sure you check that out as well. So really talented guy.
And in Greg's interview, everyone, a lot of people are familiar with Greg. And Lori Erickson, she says Greg is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Kat Finn says great backstory, because a lot of people, even though they may know Greg from what they know in contemporary jazz throughout the U.S., I'm sure a lot of people didn't know his history and how far and how long he's been doing music all around the world. So a lot of people were interested in that. James Johnson said, "I saw Greg and Jeff Ryan last year in Mesa, Arizona, and he said that he was awesome and loved his show."
They've been touring together quite a bit, and Jeff was on AH Live a couple months ago, 3 months ago maybe. And so if you get a chance, hopefully we get some shows going, but I'm sure they'll be out on the road again. So make sure you check them out.
And Rhonda Kilpatrick down in San Diego.
What's up,
Hi,
Rhonda?
Rhonda. She says the hit makers, Adam and Greg.
Oh, you're too kind, Rhonda. Check us in the mail.
Steve Hall was watching. Hi, Steve. How you doing?
Steve, man, mastering engineer extraordinaire. He's mastered all of this music, Danny's and Greg's, and of course all of my records. So what's up, Steve?
When you guys were playing Grateful, Steve Hall says you guys are the best.
Oh, appreciate you, Steve.
When you guys were playing Twinkle, there were like so many fire emojis, dancing emojis. People were loving it.
That was a fun tune, and the original guitar player on the recording, Daryl Crooks, awesome guitar player who's toured with everybody from Shaka Khan to Commodores. So it was fun learning his parts on there. Really great tune.
And of course, we have everyone shouting out from where they're watching from.
Okay.
We have, and I'm so sorry because I've seen this name before, and I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. It's either Nab or Nabe or Nabe, but he's watching from Tokyo.
Oh, okay.
He or
What's
she.
up? How you doing?
And they say, go Adam. And when you were playing Tokyo Groove, they were like, Tokyo Groove.
Yeah.
With a whole bunch of explanation points.
Oh, awesome. Well, that worked out. That was a coincidence, but it worked out.
Yes.
Awesome.
We have Vicky Dennis watching from Austin.
All right, Texas.
Jeannie from Morgan Hill here in California. Sharon Bradley
All right.
watching from Seattle.
What's up? Pacific
Teresa
Northwest.
Babbers in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then, as I mentioned, Lori Erickson earlier. She's
All right.
watching from Brea, which is like down the freeway from
Hey,
us.
neighbor. All right.
Yolanda Ramirez. She's watching from Houston.
Okay.
Vaughn and Lynn. Vaughn and Lynn Stupid.
What's
Hi.
up?
They're watching from Easton, Pennsylvania. We have Deborah Walker. She's
Okay.
watching from OKC.
OKC in the house. Awesome.
And a lot of people love your shirt today.
Oh, well, you know. And I can take credit for this one. I found this one at Macy's. Oh, I shouldn't have said. Now everyone's going to go out and grab it. But no, this is a shirt I found there, and hey, it's working. So I try not to repeat it too much because I like it. It's comfortable. This may be the third show I've worn it, but I try to space it out.
And I have to say to Creston Jordan,
Yes.
I think, would you mind or would you accept today being our Hawaii day?
Ah. Yeah, he's been asking for
you
it.
did say, you know, Hawaii themed. Adam's shirt is Hawaii themed.
Yeah.
All of my Hawaii stuff is like packed up.
Oh.
And so I wore a few items that I did purchase in Hawaii.
Oh, there you
So
go.
My earrings are from
Okay,
Hawaii.
all right,
This
all right.
ring here is from Hawaii. So I hope that suffices for you.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, no, we're in the middle of moving, and we're staying in a similar area, just going to a different house, and so yeah, a lot of our stuff is all packed up, and so it's tricky sometimes. It's like, where is that? Oh, that's right, it's already in a box. So we're trying to figure it out.
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually great because we don't actually have to really go anywhere.
Yeah.
We're usually just in lounge clothes all the time. I mean, it's rare that we actually go to the grocery store because we get everything delivered.
Yeah.
Every now and then we might go to the post office, but that's pretty much it. So we don't really need like clothes. So when you actually do need clothes, you're like, well, dang, it's like.
Yeah. Where is it again? Yeah. I went to the cleaners for the first time in 6 months the other day. I finally worked through all my wardrobe doing AH Live and had to get some things clean. So it's kind of wild. It's totally different.
Yes.
Well, I think it's time for Ask Adam. Are there
Okay.
any questions out there?
Yes. So Linda Dickinson,
Okay.
she says, how do you like Wednesday nights for AH Live?
Oh, I've been digging it, and I think Kat has too, just in terms of kind of planning your week out. Before, when it was on Monday, it's funny because a lot of times the weekend is really casual for a lot of people, but the weekend we're usually busy. So then we get to Monday and we'd be like, oh, and then we got to do the show tonight. And so I feel a little more energized doing it Wednesday, can kind
Yeah.
of plan it out. And so it's been working out. And then, of course, I have my teaching on Monday. So this, hopefully it's working for you guys because it's working for us. We're enjoying it.
Yeah, it's definitely more laid back. As you said, and even though we are in a pandemic and we're not like actually out doing stuff, it's still something about after Sunday, Monday, it's kind of like you get hit.
Well, and also we've been doing a lot of DIY stuff on the weekend.
Yeah.
So then we get to Monday, and Monday would be the day we'd kind of relax. So anyway, the Wednesdays have been fun, and we're going to keep it going. We've got a lot of really great guests coming up, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit. So we'll be hanging on Wednesdays with y'all.
Awesome. Okay, so this is from Mike Brown. Hi, Mike.
What's up, Mike?
Mike and
Crystal.
This is kind of long. Let me see. It says Greg and Adam have so many Billboard chart toppers between their own solo work as well as production for other artists. Have you ever given any thought to starting a joint super production company or record label?
Oh, wow. Man, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Well, we've done a lot together. So I played on his third album. It was a really, really great tune. And I apologize, Greg. The name is escaping me, but it was a beautiful tune. And then he and I have written 3 songs together on each of my albums. And then we've played on a bunch of stuff together. So, we're always collaborating. I don't know if a label is in the work, but we're always collaborating, doing something. And I was just sending him some files earlier today. So definitely the collaboration is going to continue for many years. He's a dear friend and really talented guy. And so I know we'll be doing a lot of stuff going forward.
Awesome. We have from Althea McMillan.
Okay.
She says, what's your favorite instrument to duet with?
Oh, I think you can figure that out from my records because there's a lot of saxophone in all the records. And I'm actually a wannabe saxophonist. I've only ever tried to play once. I tried to play Adam Jr. saxophone, and it was really hard. And it pretty much dissuaded me from trying it again. But there's something about the saxophone. It's so expressive. It's such a gorgeous instrument. And I just feel fortunate to, be in touch and friends with so many legendary saxophones. I mean, when I look back on my 3 records, I really have to pinch myself because I've been so fortunate to have Gerald Albright, Huge Groove, Eric Darius. I feel bad. I don't want to leave somebody out. Michael Langton, Jeff Ryan, Dave Koz, Marcus Anderson 2 times. I know I'm leaving somebody out, and I apologize. But, there's so many great saxophonists out there, and I love guitar and sax. It's just a match made in heaven. So that would be number 1, definitely. Although, this song that was just playing was the first time I had done guitar and flute. And that turned out to be really nice. And that was Najee that you just heard there. And that was a song I dedicated to my lovely wife, Kat, thinking of you. Because I'm thinking of you.
Well, thank you.
So that was a lot of fun, too. Guitar and flute. But definitely guitar and sax is up there. And I don't want to leave out my lovely wife because we've collaborated on all of my albums. And so, of course, got to have some vocals. And if you've seen our live show, there's a lot of vocals from my lovely wife, Kat. So we have a blast with that. People are always mad if you're not at a show. So,
which isn't really that often.
No, you're at most of them, but
except for any pandemic shows.
She hasn't been at the pandemic shows lately. So I went out to Arkansas about 3 weeks ago to do a show, and she stayed home. She said, "Good luck, good luck on the plane. I'm staying home."
Exactly. This is from Vaughn Stupert. Hi, Vaughn.
Vaughn, what's up?
Vaughn asks, what kind of music do you listen to in your car?
That's a great question. And Vaughn is an amazing saxophonist. I had such a blast working with him, and he will be on the show coming up in October. So look out for that. Really awesome saxophonist. But Vaughn, to answer your question, I love listening to Watercolors. A little selfishly because I love hearing, my tunes pop up, and fortunately they've been really supportive. I also love listening to, I've been listening to a lot of R&B lately. So a lot of satellite radio. So The Heat, which is a lot of modern R&B, and I love The Groove, which is a lot of 70s R&B. So I'm on those stations quite a bit. And also, is it Kiss FM?
You don't listen to Kiss FM.
The pop station here in LA.
I put the radio on Kiss FM, and
she forces me. No, but I like it. I do like it. I have it in my rotation. You know what I am? And Kat and Adam Jr. absolutely hate it. I love channel surfing when I'm driving. I'm always searching for a good song, and I'm flipping. I've got about 15 stations I flip through constantly while I'm driving.
If you haven't ever been in the presence of a channel surfer, my God, you don't want to.
I'm a radio surfer, and so I'm always looking for the good tune. I don't. But I would say Watercolors. I'm definitely on there. 60-70% of the time, and because there's so much great music too that and I have to pinch myself. I just feel so fortunate because they've been supportive playing my music, and then Gerald will come on, and then Kirk will come on. All these legends, and so definitely my favorite one to listen to for sure.
Dave Fritz, he says, would Adam ever consider teaming up with another guitar guy like Paul Brown or Jay Soto?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I had a blast having Paul Jackson Jr. on the show, and we also had Kelly Minucci. So, yeah, that would be a blast. Hey, let Paul know you want to see him here on AH Live, because we would love to have him. I haven't talked to him in a little bit. It's been a couple years since the last time I saw him, but really great guy, obviously talented guy, legendary producer, and great guitar player. So yeah, we're gonna have to work that out. You know, I love doing dueling guitars. It's always fun. So yeah, let's figure that out.
And Dave Fritz, he actually commented that he's enjoying the show because he is a 911 operator. So the call
well, thank you so much.
Was very needed.
Oh, wow.
Which is amazing. I mean, that's an amazing job. I have family members that have been doing that for years. And even myself having called to 911, you know, a few times throughout my life, it is very, because you're like heightened.
Yeah.
And just the way that they respond to you, it like brings you back, you know, to normal.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, we appreciate all of the good work that you do, and so glad that we can provide some levity for you, because we appreciate what you do.
Yeah,
so
thank you so
amazing.
much.
That's so cool.
And I guess for our last one, there's been at least, I saw 6 people asking about my mother.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much. Continued prayers and uplifting and just positive vibes. She has a heart condition now, which is a result of COVID, which a lot of people post-COVID have been either lingering symptoms are still there, or new issues have occurred. So some people have been having strokes. I know I mentioned memory loss and hair loss, different like abscess and things on their body. I know like blood issues have been one because COVID affects the blood. Heart issues, lung dysfunction. So just keep her in prayer. She did have a heart monitor on her the other day for 24 hours. She goes in later this month for a heart ultrasound. But she's doing okay. She's in great spirits. She looks better. Every time I talk to her on the phone or video chat, you know, her voice is stronger, which makes me feel more comfortable because I know her lungs are getting stronger. And I'm still cooking her meals and dropping them off at the porch at her house. Like, it used to be every 3 to 5 days, and now I've kind of stretched it. It's probably every 4 to 6 days, because she's able now to kind of make, you know, some things on her own. So she's doing better, but there just still are different things. So just keep her in prayer and uplift her. And thank you guys so much for asking about her every week.
Yeah, no,
so sweet.
We really appreciate it. You guys have just been so supportive, and so yeah, just keep praying for Grammy. You know, as she always says, it's a long road, but she is getting a little better day by day. So we'll just keep her in our prayers for sure. So, well, thank you, Kat, so much for dropping in.
And Kat Finn, my mom, she actually says, today is a better day. I didn't forget much today.
All right. Well, hey, there we go.
That's awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Kat.
Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's that time to let you know what's going to happen next week? And I'm so excited for this episode. He's a new artist that I'm perhaps will be introducing you guys to, but he already has his own festival. And I'm talking about Michael Fields Jr., incredible bassist in the ilk of Wayman Tisdale, amazing lead bassist, and he has his own festival all the way out in Tulsa, and it's called Jazz on the Green. And you may have seen me post about it. He had me out, and we filmed there and did the festival. It was so incredible. Some other great artists on that bill as well, including Tom Braxton, amazing saxophonist. If any of you that ever sail on the Smooth Jazz cruise have seen Tom, amazing saxophone player. So Michael will be in next week. We're going to talk about his festival, and we have the footage, and the footage is incredible. Multi-camera, direct audio. It's been mixed beautifully, so I'm so excited to share this episode with you. We're going to have a live concert with full band, and I'll be sharing some music from my set and also some music from his set. So it's going to be a blast. Very special episode with full band, Michael Fields Jr. In October, I've got some incredible guests coming through as well, so make sure you hang out with us every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And real quick, one more reminder, don't want to beat you over the head, but if you want to be supportive, and I've been seeing a bunch of you donate stars throughout the episode, thank you so much. You can do stars, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. You just click those links in the description. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So as you know, it's tradition. We got to finish up with one more song before we get out of here, and it's a request. I've been having several people ask for this song. It's called 1 a.m. It was the last track off my second album. A little slow jam for you guys. Hope y'all enjoy it. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was just a little bit of 1 a.m. I hope you all enjoyed episode 25 featuring Greg Manning and Danny Lerman. Make sure you tune in next week, episode 26, with a full band and featuring Michael Fields Jr. Hope you all have a great night. Hope to see you next week.